Hello, and welcome back to another great episode of Uncommon Faith with our beautiful host, Laflower B. You still on mute, love. And
Give me time to make it.
also Regina B in her absence, and
Yes.
also myself, DeAndra Scott. It is so good to see you guys this evening to be here.
Oh, my bad, y'all. I'm just being disrespectful. Since you heard my doorbell, go ahead and get out your friend and share the broadcast tonight. Share the broadcast, like and subscribe. If you are watching on one of our social platforms, definitely share the broadcast. We're going to be talking about some good stuff tonight. Y'all don't judge me all over the place. I don't know what's going on today, but we're going to make it do what it do.
Yes.
Hey, Regine. Hey, Regine. My lips is ashy. I got to do better like Sister DeAndra.
But you know what? I just ran and...
There she is. Hey, Regine.
Hey, sissy.
We missing you tonight, girl. We missing you. Regina has been so busy, y'all. She has been on a super duper mission to elevate herself before going into the new year. So I'm so freaking proud of her.
Yes.
Some of the new adventures that she has going on. You know, that's what big sisters supposed to do. They're supposed to lead by example, do what they do, which is amazing.
Set the bar high.
Exactly. I'm just over here still pulling myself together. I'm a little ashy, so I'm putting on some of this little body candy. Yes, it smells delicious. Now, I can share this with y'all because this baby done went out of business. And I'm so mad that she's no longer making her little body butters, y'all. The stuff smells amazing. But one of my girlfriends, she hooked me up. She bought out the last of her inventory and she shipped it to me.
Wow.
That's a good friend, ain't it? That's a good friend. They know
That's
you
a good friend. I was about to say, yes. Shout out to that friend.
Yes, and she got me some of her other stuff. I'm like, don't tease me, because she's going out of business, so I ain't gonna be able to get no more of it. But it's all good. But DeAndra, how are you feeling today?
I'm feeling good. I just recently colored my hair, so just feeling a little fall time. Mixed with a little foxy brown in there. Just gotta do what needs to be done. Okay, so it's actually been a really great week. I'm so ready for Thanksgiving. What about you, Flower? I mean, we're going to talk about why we thankful today. While we grateful, we are just, a day away from, Thanksgiving. Such a great time to spend with family. And, since I'm not there with you guys, and, I'm just like,
It's all good. It's all good.
This is a great time to reflect on just why I'm so grateful and thankful. You know what I mean?
Right. So that transitions us into our I know God is real, because it's like there's just so much stuff. Like you said, now was I love spending this time of year doing reflection, rejuvenating, so that we can prepare to go into the next season.
Yes.
Right? It's so vital, so key. But I'm excited about family time. I'm not sure if I'm excited about all the food though. It's like I was telling my oldest last night, I was like, you know what? I really just want to do a boil. Like I want to do like this whole vegan boil. But we've already bought all the traditional stuff. And
we are doing a boil. We are. I have to say it. It's only like 2 people in the house out of the 5 that eat meat anyway. So we don't have a lot of meat eaters in the house. We have more pescatarians than anything. And so a boil just makes a lot more sense. We're still going to do a lot of other different sides, though. Don't get me wrong. We're going to throw in some fun things so we can have some leftovers. What's Thanksgiving without leftovers? Okay.
Nothing. I already have my egg roll paper. I have 2 packs of egg roll because I know I'm gonna be making some bomb Thanksgiving left. Now I am excited about that. I'm excited about the leftovers. I'm excited to do like a dressing in my egg roll with some yams or something. I'm excited about that part. But I think I may do a little boil too, because that's just, it's like coming off of the detox and just like how my body is feeling right now. It's like I'm dreading the Thanksgiving itis.
I know. It's just like, oh man, it's like that. Those pros and cons. It's like, it's going to be great food, going to be around family, just able to just spend that day just laid out, feeling good. But then what about when it's time to go back to work? When it's time to get back to the groove of things.
Right. It's like, so that's why I'm really fighting hard for this entrepreneur lifestyle, y'all, because I really just want to be able to take off the whole week.
Yes.
Or almost the whole holiday season and just let my business be on autopilot, right? So that I could just, I may feel like going to Jamaica. I may feel like going to Cabo, going to Switzerland. Who knows where I'll be at, right? But I just want to just own my own time. And so yeah, I'm thankful, Didi. I'm excited about family, but with everything that's going on in the world, I know some of us are still, kind of keeping it low key, but some of us are not. Some of us are, one of my coworkers said that she was deep frying her 10th, no, not 10, her 6th turkey. Let me stop. Her 6th turkey tonight, getting ready for Thursday. I was like, all right, baby, well, you doing it big. I'm like, but yeah, I just really want to chill. I don't want to overeat. I just want to feel good. I don't want to, feel guilty for, and just wake up feeling horrible the next day. Right. So I'm excited about having so much control and the leftovers. Like you said, the leftovers are gonna be bomb. But I know God is real, because just looking back, it's like over the past year, I'm just so grateful, where God has been able to sustain my family, with my husband transitioning away from a job that he was there for almost 19 years, and really just keeping us and expanding us and increasing in so many different areas. It's amazing. It's amazing how much growth that I've seen in my marriage, in my family, not just this household, but my sisters, brother, like everybody is just, you see the elevation, and that just brings so much delight to my heart. How about you?
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm with you on that.
That's a darn. So we are so thankful. It's like to just exist in a state of gratitude. And I think that if we keep this mindset, because I always try to stay in a state of gratitude, because you don't know. And my kids always, well, you always saying this, or you always talk about how it was when you was growing up. We don't live in the 1900s. We, all of that. But I realized staying in a state of gratitude year round.
Yes.
Keeps you grounded, no matter how much money you have in your account, no much how much money you don't have in them. It's like, it really just keeps you grounded. When life hits you, when people, transition, it just, I don't know, just like that gratitude is, I think that you need just more of it, right?
I mean, it makes you feel, it's just that constant reminder, and like we always need that reminder, right? With anything, some people need reminders for the smallest things. So, just imagine, just that moment to stop and say thank you, and then it doesn't even have to be out loud. It could be in your conscious mind. It can be inside, but just when your heart, is fully thriving in that gratitude, and I feel like you feel it too throughout your day. Different things happen, good things happen. It's like, wow, today's a really good day, and you're able to look at the bright side of things, regardless of what's going on. And with everything with COVID and just getting back in the groove of things, whether, you're having a large party or if it's just, just your small, intimate family. Like it's going to be us in our household this year since, we're in a new state and we don't really know anyone right now. We're just seeing how we're going to get out there and do something on Thanksgiving with the community. And then, so we're gonna try to be active, and we're gonna try to get out there and do something, so
Be good. I know we're still working on doing the giveaway, for the ministry and stuff like that. But it is so important to, take this time to give back, to reflect. And DeAndra, as we were talking about reflection, earlier before we started the show, guys, this journal, whenever you see a lot of my pictures from Sedona, like sitting on the mountains in Sedona, when we would go to the mountains, I would bring my journal, because you get downloads all the time, right? But it's something about being on those in those vortexes and really just meditating and praying. And one of the things that came to me, I think this was October a couple of years ago when I was there. I wrote down, try to outrun the shame of that comes through your reflection. Like, you have to outrun the shame that comes when you look back. Like I said, this time of year, we do a lot of reflection. We do a lot of thinking. We're thinking about that gratitude and things. But in multiple points in my life, there were times when I think back, it brings me almost tears when when I think about some of the shame or some of the things that I did. I'm like, that's not me. I was in a different place.
right.
We encourage people to outrun the shame that comes with your reflection.
That's so good. That's so good, Laflower. Just thinking, everyone has those moments where they're like, man, really? Like, So, in that reflection time, others call it what you're like shadow working, just when you're digging deep in and, but being able to live and speaking your truth is so beautiful. So you saying that, is just that reminder, to like, hey, own it, let it out there and let it go, release it.
You gotta own it.
Yeah.
Own it. Because if you don't own it, then that gives other people permission to paint your vision, to paint your chapters, right? To paint what you've been through. But when you own it, when you can tell your own story in your own words, in your own voice, you're unstoppable.
And a lot of people's voice, including mine for so long before my elevator accident, just that hidden voice, it's there, it's really loud. You really want to say things, you really want to do things, but it's just like you said, that shame, it's like, man, if I do this and I thinking about something from the past and like, man, can I really do this? Can I move forward? Can I press through that? Can I really become this? Can I accomplish this? And just believing in yourself, because once you say it out loud, once you own it, it's done. I look at the shade room, I look at just these stories that come and they're so hot at that moment. It's like, wow, everybody's just on it. And then literally an hour, a day, it's like nobody's worried about it. And I'm like, wait, let's go back. Like, I'm back under this something that's so old. That's like an hour old. To them, 12 hours is like 30 posts later. So much more breaking news.
And is how much, and I like that analogy with the shade room, right? Because that's how we put so much weight on the storm that we're going through now, right? And we think that everybody, like all eyes is on us, like all of this, like, oh my gosh, it's so heavy when we go through it. But in reality, it's just like that timeline.
Yes.
Like, literally, if you go back 30 minutes later, an hour later, you have to scroll so much.
Yes.
Because life isn't going to stop.
No.
Right? Life isn't going to stop. And guess what, guys? Now, don't get me wrong. There are some trolls out there. It's going to be trolls. The trolls is going to keep trolling.
Right.
But don't stop your life because trolls are trolling.
Yeah.
Don't get stuck in a storm. Don't walk around. It was some cartoon.
It's
where
like just know like the troll comes in that territory.
Right.
You know, that's where you are in life.
When you're happy, trolls come when you're sad, trolls come when you're broke, trolls come when you got money.
Yes.
Trolls are gonna play their role, and I'm cool. Like trolls come on, troll. It's cool. Like for real, it's cool. Come on, I got some more stuff for you. Like, let me hurry up and get out of this storm that I'm in,
right?
So I can progress and and overcome the next storm that I'm about to go into.
Right.
So don't just sit there in your storm. Don't sit there in that shame. Don't sit and you tell your own story. Like, don't go into 2022 playing the victim. Be the victor, because the victim allows someone else to write their story. Like the allow someone else to illustrate or to get you the words, right? Go into 2022 being the victor. The victor writes the story. The victor, like when you turn the chapter to the next page, you can reference what happened in that previous season in your life.
Right.
But don't write the story from a victim's perspective. It's like it's like we gotta go into this new season not singing the same song. Like you guys know, I don't say that, oh, I'm a victim. That's why I was a teenage mom. I don't say I was a victim. I say, you know what? I was a teenage mom. And I put my boots on. I put my big girl panties on, and I did what I had to do. You know, writing papers, shaking the baby in my lap until my daddy told me bring that baby here. But and you know, I got a job. I was ready to take care of my responsibility, no matter how it happens. So no matter how you get in the situation, just make it happen.
Make it happen.
Right? Because a lot of times a lot of people don't even care about the details. Because when you're calling people, telling them, oh, woe is me, all of this, they're like, baby, there's somebody else going through much worse than that.
Yes. Come on.
Right?
Yeah.
It's like there's somebody, and that's another thing that helps when you stay in a state of gratitude. Yeah, you know you're in a storm, but when you look around you, somebody else is going through something way.
And also, it's like when you're in that state of gratitude, I don't even feel like you're so consumed with staying dry and getting your umbrellas up and finding shelter or a little piece of the house, that you can hide under, and you're not really worried about how intense other people's storms are. You know what I mean? So that's another way how you know that you're, walking in that gratitude and you're really focused on your plans, what's driving you, what it is that you're trying to accomplish, because you really don't have time to pay attention to everybody else.
You don't. And it's so freeing. It's so freeing when you worry about what's going on in my house. It's like, because I'm so busy trying to level up and be the best mom, be the best wife, be the best daughter, be the best servant of God. I'm so worried about those things. I literally don't have time. And like, oh, you're so cocky. I'm like, no, baby, like this is so genuine and so sincere.
Yeah.
Like, I literally don't have time. Like, I got a Girl Scout troop meeting that I got to plan, and I'm 2 weeks late on it. So legit, I don't have time for, to get caught up in somebody else's storm.
You're right.
Because I got so much stuff going on over here. Right. And that's another, I think that some of us, we're not busy enough. We say we got so much stuff on our plate, but if your plate, like, so legit, like since we're talking about Thanksgiving, we all know, like, when everybody has a plate of food in front of them,
right?
What happens in the room?
It is quiet.
It's hella quiet.
Because you tear that plate up.
You focus on your plate, your food. You're not worried about, oh, is DeAndra eating her green beans? Oh, is Linda.
We talk in the line getting seconds, but
exactly, because you're so focused and your desire is about consuming what is on your plate.
Yeah.
Now, my thing is, Dee, I think that some of us, we need to reevaluate what's on our plates.
Yeah, that's good.
If you got time to be looking at somebody else's,
if you got time, come on. If you got time to literally be negative, bring somebody down, make somebody feel like what they're doing is, not what they supposed to be doing, do you have all your boxes checked?
Right. It's like maybe you need a refill on your drink. Or maybe what you have on your plate is not satisfying your appetite.
Right.
Maybe you need to go back to the line and think about, okay, has my appetite changed? Do I like chicken more than
there
steak?
You go. It's like, why is this person's success making me feel this type of way? Is it that I want to do what they're doing? Or is it that, I want to just anything, just reevaluate.
Yes.
Always wonder why, someone else could make your hairs raise, on the back of your neck. It's like, hold on. That's a sign,
Yeah. I gotta put me some more of this ginger ale that I'm sipping on tonight. Guys, this holiday ginger ale is so bomb. It is it's not even my bad. I grabbed the wrong one. It's the 7-Up. It's not even ginger ale.
Oh man.
My favorite ginger ale. But it's a pomegranate 7-Up.
Oh yeah.
It's a pomegranate 7-Up. So that's what I'm sipping on tonight. But yeah, so guys, we encourage you. Take this time, take this week, people are somewhere. And even throughout all the festivities, take some time to really sit and reflect, because this is a perfect time of year to do so. And as you're reflecting, don't allow those shadows of shame to come and creep up on you and chase you and hinder you from going into your next season with grace and poise and ready to do stuff.
Yeah,
right?
Cut the light on. Cut the light on that shadow.
Right.
Just hit that light. And it's just another way of thinking in a positive way to make yourself feel better,
It's so true. And we cut the light on, right? We cut the light on by telling our own story.
Yes.
We cut the light on by being the victor instead of the victim.
Yes.
Don't go into 2022 telling that same story that you were telling.
Become new. Yeah.
Now, don't say, oh, because of this, woe is me. No. Sing a new song. Hey. That's script. That's somewhere in the Bible. I don't know, but it talks about a new song. We're going to sing a new song. We're going to rejoice. And we're going to sing a new song, because the Lord is great, guys. And he is worthy. But at the same time, you are worthy as well, because
yes,
everything that you need, right?
Yes, I know how blessed we are to make it through this pandemic. Just rest in peace and condolences to all of those who have been taken in throughout this time frame. I have so much gratitude to just still be here, and to still have an opportunity to still become who I want to be and accomplish the things that I want to accomplish. So to know that by itself, that we're all still here and we're able to gather around on Thanksgiving around in this time, it's just, it feels really good.
Exactly. So guys, the next thing that I wrote in my journal while I was in Sedona a couple years ago, it was really about forgiveness. It was about forgiveness because, of course, during this time, we like to evaluate relationships. I know I just did a whole relationship check on myself. I think I told you guys last show. I sent some messages out to, some people who are in my circle, and I really wanted to know, how did they view my relationship? Like, was our friendship on the same page?
Yes.
Was our family ship on the same page? It's like, I want to know that we are rocking, that we're still rocking, and that you are receiving the relationship the same way that I am. right? I want to make sure. And if, we have to be put in a position to forgive, remember, when we forgive, forgiveness is selfish, right? Because um because it grants us freedom.
Yes.
Right? And when you hold on to stuff, when you're bitter, that person's over there living their best life. And I've been through that, plenty of times where I'm like, well, I ain't gonna talk to this person, I ain't gonna talk to this person. I tell you guys, I literally, you guys know I have been in leadership in, corporate America and business and stuff like that for many years. And DeAndra knows this. And I ran into, a stumbling block because I would always hear, can you guys hear me okay?
That's a, say something.
I said I would always hear.
That's better.
Okay. But I would always hear the volume is low. That is weird. All right, let me do something real quick. Let me do something real quick. Give me 2 seconds.
It sounded much better though than. Did you have your book under the mic or something?
I might have. Let me see. Because I set it down on my computer. Let me see. I have to go full podcast mode on everybody. How about now? Can you guys?
All right. Come on, crispy.
Flowers in the building. All right, guys. So, earlier on in leadership, I would always hear that, oh, women can't lead. Women are so emotional. The thing that takes down women is their emotions. The things that takes down a man in business and in corporate is their ego. So women, we deal with our emotions. Men, they deal with their ego, right?
Yep.
And I got so freaking tired of hearing this. And so I started working on it, but I realized I worked on it a little bit too hard because I became like Stone Cold Steve Austin. I got so hard and cold. And then I read this book called Emotional Intelligence. I wish I had it in here with me. And it really, really helped me. So this is for my girls out there because I dealt with this for so many years. And it's just really, all of my entrepreneurs, it's like, we really got to take the emotions out of business because I was really holding grudges. Like I wouldn't work with people once they crossed me or once they said something. Or even if you said something bad about my sister, I'm done. I'm not fooling with you.
Period.
I'm not fooling with you. But in the book Emotional Intelligence, it talks about, it taught me really how to not take things as personal or to just have courageous conversations. And that's been one of the hardest, when I tell you the hardest things, that's been one of the hardest things to do is to have a conversation with someone who I'm literally struggling with my emotions.
Right. It's kind of like talking to someone and they've just talked about you. They have wronged you. It. But you also know that, at the end of the day, whatever this business you guys have together, you have to look past it because both of you guys are actually bringing the bag home. So you got to look past it and you have to know, when it comes to business, you cannot get in your feelings and look. It's kind of like telling a woman to not be a woman. It's like, hey, when we talk about business, don't be a woman, and it's like,
so
wow,
hard.
It's like I've been a woman for all of my life. How can I not be a woman?
Right. But I'm telling you, that hurts so many of us. And I know I ruin relationships. I put myself in crazy bonds, and it really, really hurt me. But let me tell you how your girl has grown. Can I give a quick testimony real quick?
Break it down.
So literally, you guys know, I've been in network marketing for literally 20 years because I started when I was 18 years old. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
So, in there's ebbs and flows to business.
Okay. I'm going to try to put this in a very professional manner. Come politically correct. And, when you work with people in business for so many years together, they almost become family, or it feels like they're family.
Mhm.
And when those relationships are tainted, it hurts like hell.
Oh yeah.
Like when you find out, like, we didn't broke bread together, we didn't flew
Mm.
together, we didn't travel together, like we didn't done some things together. We committed to the same mission,
Yeah.
to help our families and to help all these other families. And so, there was some rifts that came, in some of those relationships. And I found out that well, I got the opportunity to have a meetup. I was invited. And the woman in me, I was like, do I really want to, I'm like, I don't know. And I was totally transparent when I got the phone call. And literally, guys, this just happened Sunday. I just had this meetup on Sunday. So this is like real stuff, like real life.
Fresh.
I'm just shining the light on me. And I told my husband, I'm like, what you think? And he was like, well, information doesn't hurt. I was like, all right, babe. I'm like, you know what? And I went back to that book, Emotional Intelligence. And it's like, there are no emotions in business. There are no emotions in business. If you have someone, a relationship, or a person that can really help you get to that next level, or if you guys have previously done some things in the past, you could do some things in the future. Long story short, I went to the meetup. And it was so much freedom in me sharing my truth, me asking questions. One of the gentlemen, he was like, dang, Flower, like, you kind of you gonna jump across the table. I'm like, you just getting the real me, baby.
Come on. Come on.
Like, it's no more spring daisies and cinnamon in some of these relationships.
Yes.
It's like, but I'm happy that I didn't sever those relationships because of, some things that we're about to launch, some things that we're about to do together.
Nice.
Because they have great skill sets, I have great skill sets, and to bring that stuff together. And I told you, the story. You remember my old boss, the CFO of the company. He couldn't stand this guy. Couldn't stand him. He used to hang up the phone. I'm like, I can't stand this, and say some words. And but when that guy would call him, like, hey, I got a new contract. My boss is like, where I sign at? He's like, I can't stand your butt, but where do I sign? Because I'm not going to let my emotions get in the way. Now, guys, I know we got to take a quick break. Exactly. I know I got to take a quick break, but I just want us to just remember forgiveness is, I'll say this, unforgiveness is selfish.
It is.
Unforgiveness is selfish because it keeps you in bondage.
Yeah, selfish to yourself.
You're being selfish to yourself, selfish to your future self, because you could be putting yourself in situations or blocking yourself out from blessings just because you're allowing your emotions to, get in the way. So I'm just so happy. I had to share that little quick testimony because your girl has some growth. I've been working on this stuff for years because, when you're a Scorpio, it's like we loyal, but when you cross this, we done. I know what the Lord says. I know what the scripts say, saints, but at the same time, right? It's like it's hard to get over
my theory.
DeAndra just cut you off, y'all. But we got to take a quick break. We will be right back on Uncommon Faith. Guys, we are talking about being grateful. We're talking about forgiveness, our voice, and just staying in a state of gratitude. So we will be right back.
Life is better when you are living on purpose, but many times we get stuck in the rat race and in the mundane task of our day-to-day lives, causing most to lose sight of their purpose. That's why certified life coach, inner healer, and business strategist Laflower B is here to help you get calibrated to your calling through proven systems, techniques, and resources. Order a copy of her book, Principles to Reposition, to assist you with your journey, or schedule a free clarity session to kickstart the journey. After these sessions, clients have stated they found clarity and opened their eyes to things they had long forgotten. So get social and follow Laflower on all social media platforms at Laflower B. And don't forget to mention Stunner Radio sent you. Are you looking for the perfect gift this holiday season? Great, I have something just for you. It's the Stunner Radio Holiday Gift Guide with amazing products from Black-owned, woman-owned, and veteran-owned businesses. We've curated an amazing list just for you. So visit www.stunnerradio.com/holiday gift guide to check it out. And don't forget to mention Stunner Radio sent you.
Commercials.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Welcome back, guys, to another episode of Uncommon Faith. It's your girl, Laflower B, and I'm rocking with my amazing sister, DeAndra, on tonight. Didi, what you got? What you got? What you think of everything we've talked about so far today?
Oh my goodness, of course, Thanksgiving is just so awesome, so we want to always, I say, Thanksgiving, at this time is a great time to where even if you don't have like a monetary way of blessing someone, if you don't have the money to do anything or to go out and purchase something, it's nothing to give someone a call, and tell them, express your love and gratitude to them and just let them know how much you appreciate
That's
them
good, girl.
and that you are, so grateful that God placed them in your life. That's
Yes.
such a beautiful thing. And then also, we have like our own elderly family members, like me and LaFlower, both of our grandparents have both passed, so you have old folks home and
Old
things
folks
like that.
home.
I'm
Old
sorry,
folks home.
you have
Retirement.
the elderly homes.
Retirement
I mean, you have
communities.
retirement communities where sorry,
I'm
I was
about
a
to call you
country,
trash for
okay,
that
I'm
one. I'm about to
sorry,
call you trash.
that was a country in me, but
Old
you
folks.
have
You
these
said it like you
retirement
country.
communities, where they also don't have family members, and just to go in and send flowers or just make something. It's so many different ways, guys, that we can show love and gratitude without going in our pocket, because I feel like that's one of the main reasons why we are so hesitant to say, hey, I want to do something for someone, because it always seems like it has to be about the money. But I would say, even if it's not, like I said, that phone call, you can make a card, just so many different things to show someone you love them, So, Flower, do you have like any ideas you could think of? You can make someone something, you can make them a cake, so
I
many
think
different
like you said
ways.
it. I think you said it. It's really in the world that we live in with DMs and texts and things like that, just picking up the phone so that someone can hear your voice. It really does something, right? Um, our uncle, it's been a year since he's transitioned, and my birthday was a couple of weeks ago, and he would always call me on my birthday. And that really just did something to me because it's, right around the holiday times. And last week, I was just really missing him. And he would call, and if I didn't answer, he would leave a voicemail. And so I still have his voicemails to go back and listen to. So just picking up the phone and just calling someone, just to say, hey, I'm just calling to check on you. One of my friends, she, it's a little, I'm new to this because she's like, hey, I'm doing my weekly check-in on you, girl. How are you doing? And I'm like, this feels funny. But because you know how my inner circle is, you know how tight it is and how few it is. And for someone who I'm, because I prophesied a couple of months ago, that God was going to be opening a door for new relationships and things like that. And this is one that I've received, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is, it's pretty cool.
That's
But
awesome.
and just like we talked about the law of receptivity, like we have to be open to receive when
Yes.
someone is given. So I'm like, okay, Lord, help me to receive this love, because
Yeah. Yeah.
typically I'm on the other end. I'm the one that's calling or texting and things like that. So I totally agree, Deandra. A lot of time your time is so is that me clicking? Do you hear clicking? I don't know. Maybe it was me. My bad. Um, but yeah, giving your time is so easy. And I know that, for the kids, I've taken them to the retirement communities. And it really just it was really cool to see, a smile on, some of the residents' faces, just to know that, someone wants to come in and share some holiday cheer with them
Yes.
instead of just being with their families. I know Zoe, she wants to go feed the homeless. So she was like, and this time, mommy, I want to get out of the car. Because last time we went, y'all, to go feed the homeless, it was kind of rough. We didn't expect the crowd that we had, and so we had the littles kind of like stay in the car, and only the bigs and the adults were passing out.
You might have to break down the littles and the bigs
Uh,
for the community out there. They might not know. I know, but
so basically, you guys know, basically, I have a blended family. So everyone so Marcus and I have 4 kids together, and so we call them the littles. And then we have 4 kids. I brought in 3, he brought in 1, and so we call them the bigs. So we have the bigs and the littles. So Zoe, she's like, I'm older now. She's like, I want to get out. I want to, because she saw me like having conversations, with because homeless people, they have so much wisdom, so much love. And just
yeah.
because they're homeless doesn't mean that, anything. And we found out some people, they choose to be there. Like, it was one young guy, he's like, I actually get more peace hanging out here under the bridge than I do at home. And that's a whole nother show topic.
I
Where
didn't
your
know that. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah, so it was pretty cool. So I know we plan on doing something. We haven't planned it. I signed up for the Houston volunteer link, so I get emails and stuff. So maybe I'll still have some time to sign up to take the little somewhere on Thanksgiving so that they can definitely give back. So I'm excited. I'm
Yeah,
excited about this season and about, really just giving back, whatever.
for
And
sure.
just really showing them um just being that example, being that
Yes. Yes. Yes.
so it's vital, it's vital,
Mhm.
it is vital for the
It's so
families,
vital.
it is vital.
So,
What you got?
Laflower. So,
Yes.
it's a whole trend right now. It's a lot of people who have their Christmas trees up right now.
Oh, we're pivoting,
Yes, yes,
okay.
yes, yes, yes. So my question is, do you think it's too early for the Christmas tree? I mean, do you think people are really jumping the gun on Thanksgiving? I truly, like, I have my fall colors up. I have my fall wreath on my door. I just really love Thanksgiving. And, I just feel like we have to have Thanksgiving before I put up Christmas,
Before
and
Christmas time.
it's no shade to anybody who got their tree up. It's all good, but for me, it's like, oh, I have to finish. It's like giving homage to, my gratitude and my thankfulness, and it's just kind of like mixing the holidays too. I'm like, wait, I really like Thanksgiving. I want to like enjoy this. So what do you think?
Well, you guys know the fall is my favorite time of year, so I like to embrace the fall and all the autumn colors and everything. And so, I have my wreath up, I have my happy fall sign by my door, all of that stuff. And so for me, yeah, I felt a little sorry. My eyebrow, I can't do the people's eyebrow, don't judge me, like The Rock can. But I was feeling some type of way when I saw lights go up while kids were trick-or-treating for Halloween.
Oh
I was
man,
like, Harpo, what is this? Like,
who this woman?
who is this? Like, why are you here right now? Like,
Wow.
but legit, they had candy canes in the
Oh my
yard
goodness.
before what was Halloween fell on the weekend. Me and
Hmm.
Ghetto Boys would trick or treat. Robert looking. I need all the Jesus, y'all. I
Dun,
need all the
dun,
Jesus
dun, dun,
buckets.
dun, dun, dun.
Right. But they literally the Saturday before Halloween, because Halloween was on a Sunday this year, they were putting up their Christmas lights. And while people were trick-or-treating, some of my neighbors had their Christmas lights out.
Oh
And
my
just by them doing it that early, so many other people in the neighborhood I was like, this is too much.
It was like a wildfire.
It was. And my neighbors next door, they
Oh, they're crazy with it.
You seen them.
I've seen them. They're crazy. It's like, and y'all, it's the neighbor that's like directly across the street. Like, you can't miss them. You know, you walk out the door, it's like, bam. You know, it's like, it's not even to the side, you know.
And this year is bigger and better, DeAndra. I'm gonna tell you this. This year they've added more. It's like every year it keeps getting bigger.
You gotta send me a video.
And more colors and more colors.
Wow.
So yeah, for me, I like the fall. I like, you know, I just like the season, right? And I know that some of my saints, I know that you guys have know that I struggle with, you know, the paganism and all of that. But for me, what I've come to realize is that I enjoy the feelings of the season. Like, it's really not about the paganism for me. And this is just for me in my house, me in my mind. I like, you know, the joy. I like almost like the feelings that the Christmas songs describe, you know, the warm, the you know, the hot chocolate on a cold night, you know, being able to curl up with my mister and watch a great holiday movie, you know, stuff like that. So I enjoy the feelings. And like for Thanksgiving, being able to just have some time where the world pauses and just take some time to reflect.
Yes.
You know? So
yeah.
She's trying to cut a whole album tonight. But yeah, so I think we're gonna have a whole mix of some Ghetto Boys, some Scarface. And we gotta have a little Boys to Men in there, right?
Yes.
But yeah, for me it's a little too soon. Yeah. It's just a little too soon.
I agree.
You know, or just put on one strip of lights. Don't do the whole.
I say, you know, and I would say enjoy. You know, I think like, you know how on Thanksgiving that if you don't do the Black Friday shopping, you know, and you kind of stay in and you don't really want to do the whole crowds and stuff, that's a great time to put your tree up. You know, put your lights up. Right. You know, Thanksgiving has ended. You know, then we're like transitioning into the Christmas
Christmas. But honestly, Didi, I also too, you know, I flipped that around. I know a lot of people just like those feelings that, you know, those warm and fuzzy feelings that the season brings us. I think some of the people who do it super early, I think they're trying to pull those feelings in sooner for themselves, right? So if that's you, do your thing. I say just don't turn the lights on every night. Don't turn them, you know, every until after Thanksgiving, because the kids like they rolling, you know,
they confused. You know, it's like Kaylee's like, you know, Mom, I'm really the only one who remembered Thanksgiving. You know, it's like I'm sorry, baby. You know, everybody want Christmas, everybody want the present, and it's coming. You know, I just say enjoy Thanksgiving. It's a great holiday. It's, to me, Thanksgiving like kicks it off. You know, it kicks off the warm feels. It kicks off like, oh, the fireplace going, like,
you really get to bust out those sweaters. You know, y'all got some bad sweaters and boots. You know, you show up to your people's house in your good sweater and your little casual.
The colors, you know, we're in Georgia, so the colors are beautiful from like all of the trees, and it's like amazing. Like, I was like walking earlier and kicking up all the leaves because there's so many, and I was like, oh, this is fun, you know. So had a real kid moment, but I really enjoyed myself. So that's it. I just wanted to know.
Y'all know if y'all live next to Sister DeAndra, don't baby, you can put them up, but don't turn them lights on until the day after Thanksgiving.
I ain't even gonna be mad at you. I mean, I'm a side eye and I'm gonna go on in my house and enjoy my fall decorations until the day after.
So next, I gotta ask you guys a question. Now, DeAndra, have you ever? I guess when we grew up, we really didn't do like we knew that there was Black Friday, but it's like we really didn't indulge in Black Friday. The Friday after Thanksgiving was for us. It was just a super chill day. Like you going in there, getting all your leftovers, you chilling, watching TV. Because my mom, she really didn't shop like that. She wasn't getting out there in those crowds, and so we started doing some Black Friday shopping. As we got older and stuff. But when I was in the shop the other day, there was this little guy. He was probably about 9, 10 years old. And he's very clever. He's quick with it. He has a lot of wit.
Okay.
And he told his mama, he's like, well, he was on his phone, and she's like, "What you doing?" And he's like, "I'm trying to get me some plans for Thanksgiving." He's like, "Everybody else got plans. I'm trying to." He's like, "And I think I just got an invite to one of my friends' house."
Oh.
And she was like, "Oh." He was like, "Well, you ain't." He said, "You don't cook." So, but the biggest thing was she was like, "Well, we might." And the other lady was, "Well, what about? Aren't you excited about going shopping on Black Friday?" He was like, "Oh, that was for slaves."
Mm.
And I was like, I was in the
And
middle
he was
of. He could have been 10. He could have been 10, but he was a little. He was, he was a
9.
young.
We got 9-year-olds.
But I was like, wow.
Wow.
He's like, they don't teach y'all that in school. This is what he said. I was like, my. So all the ladies in the shop just like paused and looked at him, and he was just on his phone talking like, and
he knew he stirred the pot up.
But he is like one of the stylist's son and one of the owner's son. So he's there, but that was the first time I really seen him in action.
Okay.
She'd be like, she's like, I need help. He working my nerves. But that day was the first day I really seen him in action.
Okay.
And I was like, well, learn me something. Cause out of all the holidays, I never, and I've done my research, but I never thought to really research Black Friday. What about you?
He didn't blow my mind, so okay. Honestly, I have heard things. Of course you hear, don't do it, it's a trick, it's just to consume a whole lot that day. It's not really a deal, you just hear all these different things, but for the
No, but he said this was like for the slave owners. He was like, so that's why
he
it's
was
like
selling,
shopping.
they were selling slaves.
Right. He was like, that's why you got good deals on Black Friday, because they were actually
auctioning the slaves on and that's why it's Black Friday. That's so disheartening.
I was like,
if that is now? I mean, and it's not far-fetched.
It's not, and he had so much conviction. I was like, if this little baby lying, that baby got a good poker face. He gonna win a lot of money in Vegas, because he was just saying it like, y'all
I'm
don't
gonna have to go do some research. Uncommon Faith family, we coming back with this one.
We Google it right now though.
I mean, because it's kind of like, wow, it makes you really think about, when you just think about like what our ancestors went through, everything that happened. Do we participate on this day? Even though we're in the 21st century and it's it's like, but do we still participate if that is the case?
Right. I don't know. Like I said, like he could have a total.
That's what I said. We got to do some research, because this is, we don't know for sure. But you gotta raise an eyebrow to that one.
Yeah.
That's an eyebrow raise.
Really. For real.
So we just gonna do some research on that one, Flower. We gonna Uncommon Faith Family, we gonna bring that one back. We're gonna have to boomerang that one back to next Tuesday, because
we are
deep. That's a
It's
deep
so
one.
deep, and he totally threw me off. I wanted to grab my phone. I wanted to go get some books.
So because the little man threw LaFlower off, LaFlower chose to throw us all off tonight. So
well, Black Friday is
we
this
all
week.
thrown off.
But I do want to encourage everybody. Look at here. Look at here. Look at here, y'all. This is what we're not going to do, Uncommon Faith family. We are not going to go into this holiday season and go for broke. You know,
Amen.
A wise, very wealthy man told me, every sale or every deal is not a good deal for everybody, right? That $100, he's like, you need to be able to buy things he said 3 times over with cash before you go purchase it. Be able to buy something, multiple times before you go for broke during this holiday season. I want our Uncommon Faith family to go into 2022 with more bands in our bank account.
Yes.
Right? Than what we spent for temporary gratification.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, for sure.
So
we don't want to keep up with no Joneses, as they say. It's really like Flower said, just saving, having a goal, like really saving up for something, and like not just throwing it away or feeling like because, oh, this is a time or you see other people shopping or out. I would say just make sure it's something you really need and it's something that, that like Flower said, either 3 times or you can't go without. Or it's something that you have been saving for and you're about to treat yourself.
Right.
And, I want you to look good in it, and step in it proudly.
Exactly.
But for all the other things, if it's not like a dire need, maybe it could wait, and then you could go into 2022 with some money in the bank.
Right.
What you think?
Yay. No, I'm just playing. But guys, for real, and if you've never paid attention to the sales, and I think I've said this before too, January, when the new year hits, guys, they have so many stores have semi-annual sales in January. Like 70% off, 60% off. The deals are sometimes even better, a lot of times even better than what the Black Friday deals were. So it's like, that's what God is saying, like, live in the world, but not of the world. It's like, don't be tempered by what the world is doing, right? Know the patterns of the world. So once I start learning the patterns of, the marketing of the holiday season, the different sales throughout the year, like all of that stuff, it's like I plan accordingly and I don't rush and buy and be, oh, I got to get this, I got it that. It's like, be in the world, but not of the world. But like DeAndra said, if you've been saving for this here Black Friday, and if you've been saving for this year, oh, we know, oh, we got 2 minutes. Let me tell y'all about Sister DeAndra standing in line. Thank you, Lord, for bringing this back. I remember, you triggered me. So, y'all, I'm going to do you real quick. 2 minutes. So, y'all, I called Sister DeAndra, and I think it's, Saturday morning or Sunday morning? Anyway, it was over the weekend, y'all. Now, mind you, when I talked to her the previous day, y'all. Let's just say it was Friday going into Saturday. So when I talked to her on Friday, I know she was kind of standing outside. I'm like, well, it's kind of cold in Georgia. I don't know what she's doing, but and I was moving and shaking and doing stuff. I think I had a head to do or something. Yeah, I was at the shop. And I only talked to her for a quick little moment. Y'all, why did I talk to her the next morning? And she was still in that same spot with them same clothes on. And I'm like, and she had the girls with her.
Wow.
I'm like, Mr. DeAndra, what's going on? And then she said, all I heard was wigs. All I heard was wigs. And it was like, we took it with these wigs.
Wow.
So DeAndra, tell him, because about standing in line. Now that was a triple OG move. Tell him real
quick, because we ain't got a lot of time. Thank you, Sister Laflower. I will remember this one.
Hey, if they're gonna do some Black Friday shopping, they got to know from the original G, who know how to stand in line over. I mean, go ahead.
Okay, all right. Thank you, Laflower. So yes, I stayed outside all night on the curb. I've never done this before in my life. It was a real experience, guys. It really, really was.
Really quick, what you saying online? What you saying outside on the curb for all night?
For some wigs. All right, y'all. Look, I'm gonna tell y'all, man. A good wig is a good wig.
All right, y'all. To be continued till next week. Y'all got to tune in next week.
To be continued.
Because she walked away with at least 4 free wigs. At least 4 wigs, y'all. Lord have mercy. Everybody had a wig. You get a wig, you get a wig, you get an install.
Nice wigs too, okay?
Oh Lord, and they went all synthetic, y'all. All right. So to be continued. So next week we're gonna follow up on this Black Friday situation that this little boy done blew my mind.
My mind is blown.
Right. And we're gonna tell y'all about how Sister DeAndra. How cold was it? I know it was at least
it hit 38 degrees.
How she stood outside all night, y'all. All night. Yeah, all night. That's some dedication for some hair. I know some of y'all who wear units. I know y'all can contest. But next week, y'all, we're gonna finish the story on how she stood outside in almost freezing weather with her kids.
Okay, you know what? But you know what? That's a good cliffhanger. So I'll leave it at that. Because my children was
no. Because they was, when I seen them, they was outside. So guys, we gonna y'all. We're gonna talk to you guys next week. We love you.
And we're gonna actually starting up next shows. It's gonna be about our retreat coming up, guys. We're so excited. We're gonna have guests. We're gonna start talking about it. We're gonna bring it in. We got a few more weeks, y'all, and we are gonna be at our retreat, and it's about to be amazing. We actually have 2 tickets left, guys. 2. That's not a lie. The ones who have bought their tickets, thank you so much. We're about to get deep into it, and we're about to kick it off the right way. So I'm excited.
Awesome. Super excited. All right, y'all. We love you. We appreciate you. Whew, I didn't laugh tonight so hard.
Yes, Regina, we miss you, sis. Yes, Uncommon Faith family, we love you. Take us home, Flower.
Well, that's it. We love you. Grace and peace. Good night, y'all.
Grace and peace.